Morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, fun day. Well, things are a little different this morning than what I expected. Air temps when I first woke up were in the low 60s. I had read a comment on the fishing report on YouTube from yesterday, and one of the guys said that I should be throwing flukes, weightless flukes, over the top of the weed beds and on the weed edges, and I went, well, I do that some. I don't do it a ton. I don't know that I've ever really crushed them doing that, but it sounded interesting and fun, and I didn't really have a plan for this morning, so I'm like, that's my plan. I went out in the garage. I rigged 5 or 6 of them up because I'm on the jet ski. I don't have a ton of room to bring a ton of stuff. So I rigged up 7 baits. I put a picture up on Instagram this morning, Facebook, and said, of these 7, what would be your starting order? And I came out and went fishing, and I think only a couple people answered. It was early in the morning, and so I fished what they said first. There are 2 guys, and their suggestion made sense with what I was thinking, so I came out and did it. The problem is, when I was in the garage and messing around at the house this morning before I left, it was, it was like perfect. It was perfectly still, calm morning. The flags on both sides of the river were hanging limp. There was no air moving. I get underneath the Route 11 bridge, and it's blowing me right in the face, coming right straight in the front door, and it's blowing east. When I first got out this morning, right about 7:30, it was blowing. I'm going to drift too far here, hold on. It was probably blowing 15 out of the east-northeast. And it was gnarly, and I left the dock this morning a little later, and I didn't wear my rain gear. I'm like, it's a nice summer day. I don't need my rain gear. Well, I was soaked by the time I hit the first buoy out from the bridge, and I'm like, whatever. I went out. I made the most of it. I was out there. I was already wet, so what the hell. Was already wet. And I said, well, I'll fish this anyways, and I fished 5 or 6 spots. I've run through. Let's see, I rigged up 7 fluke. I think I fished this baby bass pattern is like the 5th one I've fished so far this morning. I have not had a swipe in any way, shape, or form. So we're going to the fair today, and that's why we're doing the report now at 9. Even if I suppose if I wanted to go out and jig, I could have still pushed my way all the way through with my rain gear on and all that. I didn't. My fingers are crossed for this coming week that this is the week that I get my boat back and I can get back to preparing for the fall season and the rest of this summer transition. And there's a ton of good fishing now still. Just this right now, this week has been a little wonky for everybody. This weather has been very unsettled, and it's got things in a bit of a tumult, let's just say. And if I had to go out with clients, or if I had to go out with myself in the boat for a full day's worth of let's go get it and film and whatnot, I'm sure we could have found something somewhere. I'm sure we can still go jig up walleyes. That would be my go-to right now. If you said to me, Matt, you got to go out and put fish in the boat one way or another, I would probably go deep or medium deep jig walleyes, because they're going to be less affected the deeper they are by all of the weather and the ups and downs and the wind that's going on. That would be my thought. But we can go, if you had the right setup, if you were fishing in a boat that's fully controlled and bow mounted, I'd be picking around the windward side of every rock pile I could find, even weed line, because that acts like a wall in there. pick it apart, run baits up and down it. There's a lot of debris floating still. There is, no question about it. But a lot of debris floating still, and this this east wind's going to push it now and fill the west end with debris again. Is what it is. But get out and go fishing. If today's the only day you got, it's windy right now, it'll lay down. If today's the only day you got, then go later. It stinks this time of year if you get blown off, and not that it's unfishable out there by any means. It was the biggest I saw were 3s. You had to pick your way through it. I see boats out there. It's okay. Everybody's safe. Just be smart. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. But if today's the only day you got to go fishing, go fishing. I know what it's like when you look forward to going fishing for the weekend, and whatever happens, it doesn't happen. It doesn't work out. It's not great. Monday morning you're like, I got to wait a whole nother week to go. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. That was me for a long, 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 long time. But a ton of fun stuff to do today. New York State Fair. We'll be there later. That's summer to me. So thanks, everybody. Have a great Sunday. It's a beautiful day. Go do something fun with fun people. And as always, keep your tip up.